What's up, Psychedelic Spotlight? I'm James, and I'd like to welcome you to the Psych Business Roundup, a segment where we cover the most important news stories of the past week when it comes to investing in psychedelic medicines. The big story this week is the launch of the AdvisorShares actively managed psychedelic medicines portfolio ETF, traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol PSIL. This ETF is great news for people that want to invest in the psychedelic medicines industry, but are hesitant about trying to pick winners. With 30 plus different companies in the space, all with similar goals and using the same language, it can be difficult to sort out the strong from the weak, even if you're bullish on the prospect of treating mental health issues with psychedelics. With PSIL, experts choose stocks and makeup of the portfolio, giving you wide exposure to the entire industry. Next up, we're going to be looking at Compass Pathways, who has acquired an IP portfolio of next-generation psychedelic compounds. This IP was developed with a scientist named Matthias Grill, who will be working with Compass Pathways on an exclusive research project to develop new novel product candidates. The new substances will include new derivatives of known compounds, which according to Compass Pathways, increases their confidence in therapeutic effects and safety profiles while offering optimized characteristics. Now, it's important to understand that how essential this is because there are actually two different aspects to the psychedelics race. The first is to develop treatments using classical psychedelics. Here, Compass Pathways is leading, being the furthest advanced in the clinical trial process. They have finished their phase 2B clinical trial treating treatment-resistant depression with Psilocybin and must now only complete a successful phase 3 trial before they can start treating patients with COMP360, which is their synthetic version of Psilocybin. The second aspect of the race is the development of second-generation psychedelics. Drugs that are based on classical psychedelics, but which have been modified to make them more effective in a therapy setting. While we know that Compass is working on this, we've actually received little information on their efforts. With this IP acquisition, we can be sure that the development of second-generation psychedelics is indeed a priority. Next up, we're going to be looking at Atai Life Sciences. Their subsidiary, Perception Neuroscience, this week launched a phase 2A trial testing treating treatment-resistant depression in 93 patients with a ketamine derivative called R-ketamine. This is encouraging because it shows that Atai is quickly executing on its vision. While for the moment they are behind MindMed and Compass Pathways in clinical trial process and progress, their $450 million cash balance should help them catch up. Lastly, we're going to be looking at California. Though a bill in their legislature decriminalizing psychedelics like psilocybin has stalled, activists are taking the question of whether psilocybin should be legal to consume and, crucially, sell in a retail setting directly to the voter. Under California law, activists can pursue ballot initiatives that will be voted on by the entire population come election time. The wording of this ballot initiative have now been approved by the Attorney General, and the activists have 180 days to acquire 623,212 signatures. If they succeed in the 2022 general election in California, voters will be able to bypass elected officials and vote directly on whether or not to legalize the retail sales of California. Good luck, California. That is all for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. This is James from the Psychedelic Investor, and I will see you next week.